back at Grandpa's Garage, and I'm working today on my 3088. What I'm doing with this is my plow tractor, and I love to fix it up, but not this winter, is I want to change the lights on it. It's got the old headlights on it. One works, the other one doesn't. I am going to put in LEDs. They should be nice and bright. These ones are 1500 lumens a piece. I'm putting 2 of them in, and they're by trucks. Now, what started this whole project is I'm looking at this, and someone had replaced the reflectors on the rear with lights, and I've already tested them, and they do work. Let me see if I can get a ground here. And no ground. Okay, they do work. Let me see if I can get in behind here and hit that, and then neither one. That figures. They do work. I'm just going to get a better ground on them. That's all. So then I decided to, for grins and giggles, let's make them a flashing light, which would be safer when you're out on the road or by the road. So I'm going to have these flashing, and then I'm going to put a yellow light on the front that'll be flashing too. But I have to get these wired up. Let me get a good ground on this, so when we test it, it actually works. Although it would probably work if I go to the battery that is on the unit itself, and yeah, there we go. So now we have working lights. And we can also test to see if they will blink when I put the flasher on. Yeah, might want to do that. Give me a second here. So I put my head mount on because I can't do 3 different handholds here. So let's put a hot wire here, and we're going to put it over on this side. Look at that, huh? Whee! All right. So I am going to hook them up to the light switch. So in order to do that, I need to take this panel off, because right here is the headlight switch, and then I also have here a backup light that I'm going to put in here, and I'll hook that up to a toggle switch. So, all right, let me start running the wires here somewhere. Let me get the backup light mounted. That'd probably be the better idea. And then I'll get that panel off, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I hooked up the ground wire here. Now I gotta see where I want to put this. I'm thinking right there. So I will drill a pilot hole first. And then we'll swap it out. Now I had I guess a speaker wire. It's the purple and green, purple and black. Well, the black is hooked up to the lights, and the purple is hooked up to the backup light. Alrighty. Let's see what she does here. probably wondering where I got these lights from. Well, they were an old display that the place I worked at had. And they gave them to me. So I got this. I got a real big one, but the other two I bought. They were from trucks. Cook Brothers Truck Parts sells them. So let's see. Purple wire. And yeah, I should be able to see all right the backup of that. What do you think, huh? Whee! And one of the things I gotta make sure is that they don't blink like the other ones do. So I gotta tighten things up. I also used heat shrink tubing. I gotta shrink these ones yet. Let's get this down, this down. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're saying I should check that first, but no, I don't. So I don't know what size that is. It looks like a 7/16. Same thing with the back side there, 7/16. So we'll get that and tighten them up. These lights look all right. I will figure out where to run it. I'm probably going to jack it up so I can see underneath here a little better. And we'll get it hooked up to that front panel. And we'll drill some more holes. So, ready? So this comes off next. I'll disconnect the battery. I'll get this off. There's a bolt here and a bolt here. And it should slide out. And then I'll put the backup light right here. Or right here. All depends. And then we'll make a bracket for the front lights to sit on. There ain't much there to hold them, that's for sure. Probably bolted on this side and lights will face out that way. But I'll get these unbolted, get these lights out. This is your power. And that should work. The ground guy's gotta go there. Alrighty. Alright, so I got this panel off. I had to take this off. And as you see, I'll vacuum this out. But here's where the wires run through. This is the switch. This goes to the headlights. So I'm going to splice into this for the flashers. Yeah. And this is a hot wire here. So I'll probably put another spot in here for the backup lights. But in the meantime, where is this got to go? Yeah, okay. So I'm definitely not using all this wire. But we gotta string it through anyway. So we will feed it up through there. Get out of there. Alrighty, so we're gonna take and I'll wire tie these up so that not flopping all over the place. And now I gotta feed it through that one up there. So I think I'm gonna just run the wires up there and then I'll feed it through from up front. That should be interesting. This will be all gaggle and mess once you do it. There you are. I find out when I'm editing this that the steering wheel is in the way or something. There we go. And then just make sure on this end it doesn't get tangled. You don't want it too loose because the belt's right there. So I'll probably zip tie these in a couple spots just to make sure they don't get into the belt. Alrighty. So now we're up here. This should be plenty of wire right here. Let's get our cutters. And we'll cut them. And we'll split them. Now the purple is the backup light, which is going to have its own. And the black is the flashers. So I will put a couple spade bits on these wires. Oh, where is? There it is. What we want to do. They don't give me a red one. Okay. Oh, there's a red one. Durr. Okay, do they fit this? They do. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's do that. That, and we want our what'd you do with it? There you are. No, that ain't it. I know I got a light switch around here somewhere. So as you know, a rule is if you can't find one, you put up another. Now these will have, there, okay. And I'm going to need a short wire to go from here to the flasher unit. And that's all going to sit in here. So I will drill a hole right next to this one and put this switch right in here. How's that sound, huh? Okay, let me go find myself a drill bit. Alright, I drilled a pilot hole, and I'm going to take this one up to 1/2 inch. too big. Yep, one more. Ooh. One more step. Deburr the back side. There we go. Now, let's stick it in here. There we are. Okay. So now what I want to see is this here comes off the ignition. So we should see if this is the hot wire. We can probably just come right off of that ignition switch over to here instead of vice versa there. Yeah, that sounds like an idea to me. So I'm going to hook up the battery and I'm going to get my probe out just to see where the power is. Okay, let's hook it up. Don't need to tighten it down, just get it so it's got contact. There, and I bet you the whole thing's got to be powered up. Because this is got power. That's got power. It's got power going into here. Yeah, the lights don't work. So that this switch has got to be, let's see here. Yeah, okay, that battery's got to be hooked up. So we can come off of that over to here. So we'll get another wire to jump over there. And I got a mass of wire somewhere around here. It's like, come on guys, where is it? So, all right. Let me make a jumper wire. They go over there and then to there, and then we'll hook the black wire up to it and see if we got flashers. No, that's right. Flashers we were going to hook up to the headlight switch. This is the backup light, so we'll check the backup light next. Okay, so oh, there's my, I knew it, right there's the, the switch. Alright, so I made a jumper wire to go from the positive over here to here, and then this goes to our backup light. So now I'm getting ready to, hopefully, no flames, no sparks. These need to be cleaned because it's like it wasn't cranking over, and I charged the battery and the battery's got a perfect charge. All right, so we go, hey, we have, Well, I didn't like that. That melted that wire right in half. Whee! Alrighty. So that didn't work out the way we had hoped, huh? Well, this should have power. Okay. So why did it blow? Alrighty, let's take a look at our wire. See what's wrong with it. There's this wire here, and this wire, they all goes to that. So why did this burn up in the middle? Oh, this whole freaking wire is corroded. Huh. There's some old trailer harness I had, and apparently it wasn't any good. Should let me find better wire. Alright, so I replaced this with a heavier wire and let the backup light run for a while, and it did not blow. So now what I did is replace the headlight switch, and I spliced in the wire that's going to go for the backup lights. But first of all, I want to make sure that the headlights still work, that I didn't muck something up there. I mean, if you look, this is all jerry-rigged together and stuff, and so it's either going to work or not. So let's see what happens here. Alright, we still got headlights. Alright, so now we're going to hook this up. And we're going to see if I got flashes or blow-ups. Okay, that's not, and that is excellent. Huh. You know, and nothing's hot. Shit like this don't work out for me. I'm just used to it not working. So I got a spider crawling up my glasses here. So disconnect the positive again. And we're going to work on the headlights next, after I get this freaking spider off my glasses. Alright, we're going to cover that up. We're going to tape up the back of this. Try to protect it, from the elements. Although I do keep the tractor covered when I'm not using it most of the time. Once in a while you forget and you don't do it, and then the next thing you come out, you go, oh, it's on the range. So we're going to take the headlights out. I'm going to get this panel back together. Before I take the headlights out, I'm going to put this panel back together. And I had to take the shifter panel off because we had to get the wires out. I get some zip ties, and I'll zip tie them wires up so they're nice and tight underneath there, and they're not going to go anywhere. So I'll be back. It'll be like a 1 second for you. 1001. Got them zip tied together and mounted this up. By the way, the flasher, if I didn't mention, is a LL552. It's a 2-pronger. All you need is an in and out. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy ass connections on it. It's just a flasher unit. That's all it is. So let's see if we can get this up in there without too much configuration. Yeah. Okay, well, so much for nice and neat and tidy. The flash unit hits against the steering column. So we will carefully snip it out of there, and we will let it hang down further. There we go. Let's see if that does it. Oh, it still wants to come up in there, doesn't it? Let's see what we got going here. Yeah, the wife wanted stuff. Alrighty, so I don't know what's holding it up over here other than the purple wires. That'll make sense. Why would that hold it up? Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Well, alright, that's in. Could just take the wires up a little higher, couldn't I? Oh well. One last check before I throw it all together. Before it goes up in flames. Alright, we have headlights. Flashers flashing. Dunk, 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 dunk. And we have a backup light. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Looks like they fixed that headlight once. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's take the ground wires and the positive. Interesting on these. Now on the backup light it was black and white wire. And the white wire was ground. These are a little different. So, where is my screwing tool? Pretty much that's why doesn't that work? Okay. So here we have a positive. That could be another reason why it don't work, huh? Alrighty, well we're gonna run new wires anyway. So let's see what we got to work with here. This is gonna set like that. So I think I'm going to make a couple angle brackets that'll fit just under here. That's over there. That'll fit just over there. Yeah. No, they'll have to come up a little bit, won't it? So it'll have to be a step. It's either that, or I just drill a hole through this and put that right in there. Alright, so I made this wondrous bracket to mount the headlight in. And as you can see, I kept trimming it because it just wouldn't fit. It was totally wrong. So finally I ended up with just a single bracket across the back of it there. And the light fits in there nicely. So, yeah. Actually, looks pretty cool. I don't know if we can see that. Yeah. She's gonna be nice and bright. So I'm just gonna make another little bracket. That's all that it takes. All right, good morning. Ran out of time last night to finish this job up, so we will. I made a different bracket. I made it bigger. It actually works nicer over here, so I might redo this other one, but it seems to be stable, so I'm not going to worry too awfully much about it. Well, fasten that in place. Make sure we don't do that. So I also got a ground wire ready to go. The lights are wired together, so we're gonna get this crimped up. And go over to the light. Up. That looks good. And we're gonna we'll vacuum this all up. So we're gonna pop rivet that one right here. we go. Now here's the power lead. Put this over here. Here's the power lead. We're going to take and clip this one off and strip it. There we go. Nice clean connection. Crimp it up. Over here to the power lines. Get them in there nice and tight. Crimp that up. Now the rest of this crap, the old brackets and stuff, we'll save them because, hey, history. Okay, so now the test to see if these actually work. I'll zip tie these all up nice and neat. But let's see if we got headlights. Okay, so we should have power. We got backup light, and we have headlights and flashers. Nice. So for a quickie comparison, let's get the hood down and do it again. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, I think they're bright enough. Yeah. Yep. That should light up the driveway nice and neat. All right. I gotta put it all back together. I'm gonna edit out that belch though. Put it all back together, put this back on. Make sure everything looks good, vacuum all that out. So you don't want to watch me vacuum and crap like that. That's just dumb. But I'm also going to take and straighten this out where it's bent. And I need to tune the carburetor yet. I need to change the gear lube and the transaxle. So we'll get all that done here in a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, so I decided to bring it outside here. It's nice and dark out, as you can see. So we're going to switch on the headlight. Yeah, I think that's good and bright. And then we also have our flashers, which is good. And then when I go to back up, there we go. That's a good, be able to see when you're backing up. So that is putting LED lights and flashers on my tractor.